Greetings everyone, and welcome to this presentation on the Rome City School District 2019 proposed referendum project. As you may know by now, on Wednesday, December 18th, the Rome community will vote on a $14,231,055 capital improvement project. This project covers many different areas, but concerns specifically at Rome Free Academy, with general maintenance issues there, the artificial surface and track at the stadium, as well as an energy performance contract that incorporates all of our elementary schools throughout the district. All of that is wrapped into one proposition that you will find on the ballot on December 18th. Also on that ballot will be a second proposition. Proposition number 2 is for the establishment of a capital reserve. Currently in Rome, we do not have a capital reserve, and what a capital reserve will do is it allows the district to budget money every year to put into basically a savings account that's used to pay for capital projects in the future. In this instance, the easiest way to explain it is moving forward as we do capital projects, it would be the goal of the district to have our capital projects not have a tax increase because we've used the money in the bank already. We're putting the money in the bank so that as we propose capital projects, we use the capital reserve funding to offset the difference in state aid as opposed to having a tax increase. So the two propositions include the authorization for the Board of Education to undertake the capital improvement project and energy performance contract phase 2, as well as the establishment of a capital reserve. At RFA, the capital improvement work is largely general maintenance items and things that are continuous issues at the high school that need to be repaired. Almost none of the work is cosmetic in nature and will not be visible to our general visitors, but the work does include new flat roofing over the pool and gymnasiums area, as well as the kitchen area. Flashing along the facade of the building where the flat brick meets the metal roofing. There's significant leaking that comes into the building right now. There's no flashing to move water off of the brick and onto the roof. Therefore, the water simply travels right down the brick and into the building at that roof line. And this occurs in the hallway by the main office, the attendance office, the counseling office, the nurse office, that hallway, as well as on the second floor in some of the classrooms, and then in the kitchen area and the cafeteria area we see significant flooding. There's also repairs proposed to the pool area, and including the bonding of the pool to meet code within Oneida County. And then there's also general repairs as mentioned in our last building condition survey. Every district in the state is required to do what's called a building condition survey, or a BCS, that generally lists concerns that need to be addressed as general maintenance items so that they don't become major renovation items down the road. At the stadium, the work is fairly simple. There's a replacement of the artificial surface or the field. If you look at the pictures of the field and or the track, and you go there and look at them, anywhere you see black granules is the underlayment coming through, and that shows the life and the wear and tear of both the track and the field. So as you look at our surfaces, you'll see a lot of black within them. The black pixelation is an indication that they both need to be replaced. They are both past their useful life, and at this point in time, it's important that we get them replaced as soon as possible. Delaying that further could mean that our student athletes, as soon as next year, would not have a home facility to play their games at. So it is our desire to get this project moving as quickly as possible, which is the reason why you have the replacement of the turf and the track on a December referendum. The Energy Performance Contract Phase 2 work is the cornerstone of this project. It does include work at all of the schools with the exception of Staley. And the simple reason why Staley is not included in this project is because it is the hope of the district and the Board of Education to move forward with a significant project to either completely renovate Staley or better yet, move it to a new location in a much safer area and out of a floodplain. More information to come on that project. However, we don't feel it's worth putting money into a building that we know it needs significant improvements and possible relocation in the near future. The energy performance contract work is important because the way an energy performance contract works in New York State is this is geared towards producing an energy savings, a cost savings to the district The cost savings of all the work that you see on this page about the EPC will fund the rest of the project, causing a net zero cost to the taxpayers. The work for the EPC Phase 2 includes new LED lighting fixtures at Ridge Mills, Stokes, Bellamy, Joy, Gansevoort, Denty, and Clough. Replacement of failing HVAC connections at Rome Free Academy, Bellamy, and Denty. HVAC improvements at Ridge Mills, Bellamy, Gansevoort, and Denty. A boiler replacement at Clough. Building envelope, window, ceiling insulation improvements at Ridge Mills, Stokes, Bellamy, Joy, Gansevoort, Denty, Clough, and Strow. That's a building envelope is a fancy word for anything that prevents air from getting in or getting out. So you're talking about maybe new windows, some insulation, caulking, things that help maintain the temperatures in the buildings and don't cause you to use extra heat or air conditioning when necessary. And a big part of this project is a controlling upgrade at Ridge Mills, Stokes, Bellamy, Joy, Gansevoort, Denty, Clough, and Strow. Currently, Rome Free Academy has an energy performance contract that they are working on to upgrade our control systems. This project would upgrade the control systems in all buildings so that the district is having one unified control system, making it a lot easier for district staff and administration to manage the different settings of the building's HVAC units from remote locations. There's a lot of work involved in the EPC Phase 2. It comes at a significant cost savings to the district. As far as financing goes, we've mentioned the total project is estimated to be $14,231,055. With district currently receiving about 96% in state aid funding. I believe that number is a little bit higher when we get to the project. I believe we're closer to 97% now. It means that the district and the community is responsible to cover 3% of the overall cost. When you factor out the aid, the average yearly payments for the capital project will be $81,000 and change. The average yearly payment for the energy performance contract Phase 2 is $66,000 and change, for a total yearly payment out of our district budget of $148,063. The nice thing about the energy performance contract is based on the preliminary estimates coming from CNS companies who will be doing that work if passed. The average yearly energy savings is planned to be $224,633, which is a yearly budget impact of negative $76,570. So this means that this work on a yearly basis, if the project is passed and the work is done, the EPC allows the district to save roughly $76,000 in operating expenses every year, and the work can be concluded. That is over the lifespan of the bonds that need to be taken for the work, which is 15 years. And again, these are average estimated expenses and savings. However, it is very accurate, the numbers that you're seeing. We anticipate that this project will result in an actual budget savings on a yearly basis for the district. As a timeline, the vote is December 18th, 2019, as mentioned. If successful, we plan to submit our plans to SED, State Education Department, as soon as possible. Hopefully that'll be done before March 2020. That is a very aggressive timeline. I can't guarantee that would be when those would be done, but that would be a perfect scenario. We'd love to get those submitted, our plans. If the plans are submitted and approved, we would be looking at doing the bidding process for the projects in April through June of 2020, with a hopeful completion of the turf field by the fall of 2020 and the completion of the track by the spring of 2021. In a perfect world, if all of those things go according to plan, that would be the scenario that we'd be looking at. We would also be looking at the completion of the rest of the work at RFA and of the Energy Performance Contract Phase 2 to be completed likely sometime in late 2021 or early 2022. Again, these timelines are all based on best case scenario. This is very aggressive, and a lot of it is contingent upon other people getting things accomplished, namely the State Education Department needing to evaluate our plans, review our plans, and approve them in an extremely timely fashion, which would allow us to bid. A more realistic time frame would be to see some of this work start in probably late July or early August of 2020. The one question that comes up very frequently is about graduation. We do feel that we're very confident that the work would be able to begin after graduation. It's highly unlikely that our plans would be approved and our bidding process would be completed in a timely enough fashion for work to even begin in June. So we are moving forward with the plan that graduation will be held at the stadium in June of 2020. We will, if the project is approved, we will develop a contingency plan just in the event that things are moving faster than expected. But at this point in time, the team of architects and the construction management firm believe that it's more likely that work would not begin until late July or early August on any of this project. The last thing I'll leave you with is the information about the vote. Again, it's Wednesday, December 18th, 2019, from 9 a.m. till 8 p.m. The voting wards are the same 10 wards, same locations that we use for the general election, and you can see those here on the screen. If you do have any questions regarding the capital improvement project vote, you're more than welcome to attend our last in-person session, which will be held on Monday, December 16th, 2019 at Rome Free Academy in the small auditorium. And that presentation session will begin at 6 o'clock p.m. If you have other further questions or you cannot attend that, please feel free to email me at the district office. My email is pblake@romecsd.org. Thank you all for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful and safe, happy holiday season.